Keep lead people. Keep lead people. Get in here. Get in here now. Get in here now. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. All right. So I'm not sure if you all know about what's going on, but Keith Lee, whom is a popular TikToker and critiques food, he's come to Atlanta. He's stirred some things up, honey. So basically, he's been critiquing food in Atlanta for at least the past week and a half. And, you know, he's got the people talking. He's got the restaurant owners talking. He's got the people that work there talking. And he's got the patrons talking, right? So basically, Keith Lee's one of the restaurants, OLG gang, and he talked about how, you know, they don't do any sort of to-go orders on the weekend. He talked about how his family went to try to get seated, and they told them an hour and a half. Then they told him 5 minutes. He talked about his restaurant Milk and Honey in Atlanta, where something about to-go orders with them, as well as a negative experience, and as well as the food not really being good. And so a lot of people have come out. Kandi Burruss came out talking about something about, you know, the reason why they don't do to-go orders on the weekend is because of so many people come in on the weekend and it'll overwhelm the kitchen staff. Milk and Honey, on the other hand, their owner came on and was very, very defensive on their post, and the manager went under the comments at Milk and Honey and said something about, why would you all listen to someone with autism, which is really, really sad, because first of all, even if he did have autism, which I'm sure he does not. He said he has anxiety, so that's why he talks slow and talks like that. But even if he did have autism, why would that stop somebody from being able to review food? And why would you say something as insensitive and ridiculous and sad and terrible as that on the internet? Like, you need to be fired. So anyways, let's delve into this, because first of all, I consider myself a foodie, and I've made several videos about Atlanta restaurants, and usually they're really, really nice videos, and I hold back on a lot of stuff. Now, I have made one video about one particular Atlanta restaurant. You can go back in my past videos and look at it. It's called Fade and Facet. It's tagged at the top. So basically, in my experience, Atlanta has a lot of work to do with their restaurants, their rules, and things of that nature. We're going to talk about this parking. So when you go to these places in Atlanta, you always have to pay to park. You're paying $20 to park. You're paying $30 to park. Then what you're doing is you're paying automatic gratuity all the time. You're paying 18% gratuity automatically, 20% gratuity automatically, no matter how much the party is. It can be one person, it can be two people, it can be a person and a baby. Y'all paying 18 to 20% gratuity. Then let's talk about, and I don't have a problem with paying gratuity, because trust and believe, I'm always paying gratuity. I used to be a waitress, so I'm paying gratuity, but I pay gratuity based off of the service that I'm given. Half the time when you go to some of these restaurants in Atlanta, the service is ridiculous. The service is terrible, because they already know you have to automatically pay gratuity. And crazy thing about it is, it's not illegal to do that. I looked it up. Trust and believe, I looked it up. Get into some of these food prices, y'all. Food prices off the chain. Like, anytime I go out to eat in Atlanta, I usually get 1 or 2 drinks. Sometimes I get an appetizer and I get an entree. I'm never leaving out paying less than $100. Paying less than $100. Like, the food is expensive. So that's parking that's expensive, food that's expensive, and then the gratuity that's expensive. Okay, then let's talk about the rules. I went to the Sugar Factory, I want to say 2 to 3 weeks ago, right? And we ordered some food, and the waitress, she was so sweet, so nice, nothing but great things to say about her. But she said something that was crazy, and it was part of the rules. So it's not her, it was the restaurant's rules, saying that if we order, that's final. Like, we can't bring anything back. Like, we just have to have it. And even if we don't like it, that's what she was like, make sure you want it. And she kind of told us what was good, what wasn't, so we wouldn't make a mistake of not liking our stuff and then not being able to return it. And what kind of rule is that? And that is not the first time that I've heard that rule here in Atlanta, where even if you don't like your stuff, if you don't enjoy your food, you can't exchange it or return it. The only time they let you exchange it or return it is if they get it wrong. But yet, We're just automatically supposed to be like, okay, we're going to eat this $100 meal that we don't like, right? Then let's talk about the wait times. Half the time you can't even wait. You have to do a reservation. That's a must in most of these places. And if you have to wait, you are going to literally like either sit or stand and have to wait, right? Which is ridiculous. It's a buzzkill. Then let's talk about how you get a time frame. So usually your time frame of from beginning to end is an hour to an hour and a half in a lot of these restaurants. And I'm like, well, what if I want to chill? What if I want to sit down? What if I want to talk? What if I want to relax? Maybe I done had me 2 or 3 drinks, which I don't have 3. My minimum is 2. Anyways, it's neither here nor there. And I want to wait and relax. No, I have to be gone an hour to an hour and a half. So I said all this to say is that Keith Lee is not lying. A lot of these Atlanta places, they do not, in my opinion, do not cater to their customers. It's almost just like, well, you decided to come here and eat, so you might as well deal with this and might as well take all these ridiculous rules, all this nickel and diamond, all this excessive money that you're putting out. And, you know, it's almost just like we don't get to have that unique and genuine experience, right? And we're not going to try to make this a black or white thing, because I've seen this in black restaurants. I've seen this in majority restaurants. I've seen this in Asian restaurants. I've seen this in Hispanic establishments. So it's not a color thing at all. It is literally, to me, in my opinion, an Atlanta thing. So, you know, I really feel like what Keith Lee is doing is a great thing, because he is exposing and he's highlighting a lot of these things. And hopefully what a lot of these people can get is they can get a critique or an assessment from someone who does this all the time. And based on the attention that they get, they can make appropriate changes to accommodate the people and hear what the people are saying to make it a better experience. Because we're the people who are coming to your restaurants. We're the people who are, you know, paying for these experiences, and we're the people who are keeping it open. So y'all really need to understand and try to do better versus getting very highly offended and defensive and making all these clapback posts and stuff like that. Because I've been saying this, look it up. I've been saying this, that a lot of this stuff going on in Atlanta is a hot mess. But will I still go out and will I critique stuff and will I still make content about it? Yes, I will. But I have changed a lot of the way I do stuff. I've started looking at reviews. I started looking at, you know, how everything is set up. I've started looking at a lot of different stuff before I go to some of these places, so I don't have to deal with a lot of these experiences. So, you know, always, you know, support businesses and stuff like that, but know your worth and don't go anywhere where you don't feel like you're not celebrated. And that's it. Atlanta, you got to do better. Can't get mad. All these people in the comments yapping, oh, this, that, another. He not a real food critic, baby. He going, if you going to these places and you spending money and you know how stuff tastes, you got taste buds, baby. You're a critic and you get to assess and critique your opinion. That's why it's called Yelp. Thank you. All right, y'all. Well, let me know what y'all think. Come in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all have a good one.